doesn't need them based on the reports he gave us from blood tests. And then it came to where he had gotten off of 10 of the medications, and he still was struggling with his sugar. And I said, well, diabetes is not a disease. I said, maybe you don't need those medications anymore. And he was concerned because the doctor had promoted a lot of fear that he needed to stay on these medications or it could cost him his life. It was difficult to get his mind wrapped around the idea that possibly diabetes isn't a disease after all, which is what I told him. I said, there are a lot of things that are wrong with us that are classified as disease, but yet it's actually a deficiency. Since the doctors don't promote things like drinking the right amount of the right kind of water, they wouldn't know this. So sure enough, Daniel started taking himself off of the diabetic medications, and he reported to us that his blood sugar remained normal. So there's great encouragement for you. You wouldn't be the first one. And there's many others like Daniel. I think we've been proving that diabetes is not a disease for nearly 30 years. So it's just be encouraged, Neil.
So Daniel was able to remedy his diabetes just through the balancer and the water?
Yes. We had another man. This was the worst case I had ever dealt with. He was one of the very first ones with the balancer and the 2 liquids. I won't get into his whole story, but he was dying. He suffered 2 strokes, was paralyzed. He had gone blind from complications of diabetes. He had a bad heart, and he recovered from the strokes. He was completely healed in 10 days. All of his joints were working. He could walk by himself. In 3 days, he was healed of the blindness. He could see the hands of the clock on the wall. He was in a hospice center. And then after 2 months, his heart was completely healed. And then he said, can you help me with my diabetes? And I said, yeah, I'm going to send you these 2 mineral products, and you just put them in your water, drink at least half a gallon a day. He was already putting his balancer next to the pitcher of water they brought him every day. And he said, how's that going to help me? I said, you're going to start coming off of insulin. And he said, how soon do you think I'd see results? And I said, about 2 weeks. Well, that was astonishing for him to even comprehend that in 2 weeks, it could have an effect. His blood sugar was running 400 to 600 in spite of getting 3 and 4 shots of insulin a day and 2 diabetic medications. They couldn't get his blood sugar below 400. Almost exactly to the day, he called me back and he said, I'm coming off insulin. I just had pancakes with syrup and my blood sugar is 121. Over the next 3 weeks, he came off of insulin completely. So it started out he didn't need it one day, and then he would maybe need a little bit the next day. Went back and forth for about 3 weeks, and then he was completely off of it. So be encouraged. We have a lot of reports, as I said, for nearly 30 years.
Right, and I take 2 big jugs of water to work every day, and I like to drink cold water, so it's okay to put ice in it too, right?
If you're using structured water,
structured
water. The water, by being affected by either the waterworks tubes or the balancer, then even if the ice is not structured water, once it melts into the structured water, it becomes structured.
Okay, gotcha.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so be encouraged. There's hope.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Right. Thank you guys very much.
Yes. All right, Cheryl.
Thank you, Mr. Neil. Yes, I'm looking for Lisa.